I'm Jay.
And I'm John.
And we're Bucket List Travellers. And in this video, we'll be talking about the 10 most surprising things about living in Nicaragua.
This video will be very useful for anyone considering moving to Nicaragua, as well as for anyone who is interested in what it's like living in Central America.
6 months ago, we crossed the border from Honduras into Nicaragua as part of a year-long adventure around the world. Little did we know that half a year later the world would still be effectively shut down due to COVID, and that we'd still be living in Nicaragua. If you want to know more about how we reached our decision to ride out the pandemic here, watch our Travelling in COVID video.
We've called Granada, Nicaragua, our home for the last 6 months. It's an inland city on the coast of Lake Nicaragua and is home to around 120,000 people. It is less than an hour's drive from the capital, Managua, and is well serviced with 3 main supermarkets and plenty of restaurants. As Nicaragua's 6th most populous city, it has a rich history, beautiful colonial-style architecture, and is a popular choice for expats looking to move to Nicaragua.
If you're interested in learning what day-to-day life in Nicaragua is like during COVID, we made a COVID vlog 4 months into the pandemic for you to check out as well. Now let's get into our list of the top 10 most surprising things about living in Nicaragua. One thing that's going to drain your time unnecessarily in Nicaragua is the fact that there are no street numbers, at least in Granada. We can understand a small country town where everyone knows each other not having street numbers, but this city has over 100,000 people living in it. Having street numbers would save a lot of time when trying to find a building or when someone's coming to deliver food, for example. It's funny how something so simple can make such a big difference. Another thing that we haven't seen elsewhere is the use of announcement vans to give locals updates. Each day a van drives around the streets and announcements are played on a loudspeaker. These are obviously in Spanish, so with our slowly developing vocabulary, it took us a while to figure out what was going on here. The announcements are basically the local news, like for example, who has died recently, and there are even notices on missing pets. This is an interesting way to get the news out and keep everyone in the loop about what's going on in the area.
Another thing that you hear on the street are the calls of street vendors selling fresh fruit and vegetables and even ice cream. In the last few months, we've been sourcing most of our fruit and vegetables from these locals rather than going to the supermarket. We love the convenience of having fresh produce delivered straight to our door, and it feels good to support the local economy. We're just coming to the end of dragon fruit season now, and we've been loving making ourselves tropical fruit salad with granola for breakfast and having a dragon fruit smoothie in the afternoon. We've really got a taste for it, so we've been stockpiling our freezer to keep the dragon fruit going for a little while longer.
If you're a light sleeper, you might want to start wearing earplugs if you come to Nicaragua, as it can get noisy late at night and early in the morning. It's also a reason why it's often recommended to try out renting in an area before you buy. On weekends, there are often loud parties with plenty of music and festivities. In the morning, there are church bells, barking dogs, and on some special occasions, there are also marching bands. There are also fireworks that sound like guns being fired off. We're not quite sure why fireworks are set off in daylight hours. If you know, then please help us out with a comment below. The noise factor takes a bit of getting used to, but it all adds to the richness of living in Central America.
Back home in Australia, the use of fireworks is heavily restricted, and it's very hard for ordinary people to get their hands on fireworks. But that's not the case in Nicaragua. Fireworks feature prominently in celebrations both early in the morning, as we've mentioned, as well as late at night. In the lead up to festivals such as the Festival for La Virgen de la Asunción, fireworks are let off every morning before dawn.
Nicaragua is filled with beautiful wildlife. We've enjoyed having hummingbirds flying around our garden, and we've even seen fireflies as well. But one flying creature that we haven't been too fond of are the bats. The critters have taken up residence in our roof, and despite the pest inspector coming and spraying the area multiple times, they still remain. They manage to get into the crevices of roofs, where they sleep during the day and then come out after dark to eat, poo everywhere and fly around our heads. The positive side of the bats is that we think they eat the mosquitoes, which is another pest that we're not too fond of here. The downside is that they carry a multitude of diseases, including rabies. They've also been implicated as an origin animal of the coronavirus. Bats can cause a fair bit of damage to your ceiling cavity due to their defecation, and they do pose a health hazard. So if you're building a house in Nicaragua, or in Costa Rica for that matter, then we strongly recommend bat-proofing your house, as prevention is much better than a cure.
If you're considering a move to Nicaragua, then there's never been a better time to get into the local property market. Both COVID and the events of 2018 have created a strong buyer's market, with properties going for up to 20 to 50% lower than the cost to build. This has also resulted in the rental market being depressed at the moment, with rent reductions higher than 50% in some cases. With any investment, make sure you do your due diligence. And remember, while you're able to snap up and bargain now, keep in mind that it may be some time before the market recovers. If you're interested in the Nicaragua property market and life in Nicaragua in general, then be sure to check out our friend Paul Damon's YouTube channel. He gives great insight into Nicaragua life and what different property markets of Nicaragua have to offer.
One great aspect of living in Nicaragua has been the super cheap cost of living. This is especially true if you shop at local markets and buy from local restaurants. That being said, there are some expat-run restaurants that are as expensive, if not more expensive, than what we get at home. And if you're after imported food from supermarkets, then you'll pay a premium for that as well. Nicaragua is also known as a destination for dental and medical tourism due to its high quality and low cost.
One drawback of living in Nicaragua is the high cost of electricity. This can really add up, especially if you like cranking up the air conditioning to deal with the heat. Electricity is the same as in the US and Canada in terms of plugs and voltage. Nicaragua has the lowest levels of electricity access compared to its population for Central America. After living here for 6 months, we haven't experienced too many blackouts. Usually they only last for a second, and we only notice because the light on our air conditioning unit starts blinking.
Have you done something to your hair? Another mod con that Nicaragua does not have is Amazon. You can get around this by using a third-party shipping company, but the import duties in Nicaragua are very high.
One frustrating thing that we've had to deal with is our internet cutting out at a reasonable frequency. This may just be an issue for us, as other expats that we've asked haven't had the same problems. The internet speed here is a bit faster than what we've had on our plan at home, but if you're used to super fast internet speeds, then you might need to reset your expectations. As at 2020, Nicaragua was ranked 149th in terms of broadband internet download speed. Australia was ranked 60th, so we're used to pretty ordinary internet. What surprised you most about living in Nicaragua? Was there anything we missed on our list? Let us know in the comment section below.
And if you liked this video, you might also like our video on the 5 most surprising things about visiting Nicaragua. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. We are the Bucket List Travellers. Signing off for now. See you next time.
See you next time.